Hi, welcome to the Shakespeare Underground. My name is Philip Hickman. I am the Artistic Director here at Actors Theatre of Columbus. So tonight we are continuing with our series of Shakespeare's Apocrypha, which is to say plays that might have been written by Shakespeare, plays that were attributed to Shakespeare that he might have written some part of. Tonight's performance, tonight's reading is The London Prodigal from 1605. We know that The London Prodigal was performed by the King's Men. We know that it was attributed to Shakespeare in his lifetime. The only thing that really keeps anybody from thinking that this is definitely Shakespeare was the fact that it wasn't included in the first folio. It's been in and out of official canon over the last 400 years or so, so we just thought that we would present it to you and see how you like it. Tonight's reading is directed by Amanda Phillips. Now, of course, we want to thank the Greater Columbus Arts Council, the Ohio Arts Council, the Reinberger Foundation, and the Columbus Foundation for sponsoring Actors Theatre of Columbus. Now, you can sponsor Actors Theatre as well by becoming a member or by sponsoring the Shakespeare Underground. You can find links to all of that below the video. Now, we want to thank the sponsors who are exclusive to the Shakespeare Underground, which are Viewtech Ruff HER Realtors and Regina Acosta Tobin with Metro Village Realty. All right, thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy the show.
Brother from Venice, being thus disguised, I come to prove the humours of my son, how he hath borne himself since my departure, I leaving you his patron and his guide.
Faith, brother, so as you will grieve to hear, and I almost ashamed to report it.
Why? How is't, brother? What doth he spend beyond the allowance I left him?
How? Beyond that and far more. Why, your exhibition is nothing. He hath spent that, and since hath borrowed. Although I know that he spends as yours, yet it grieves me to see the unbridled wildness that reigns over him.
Brother, what is the manner of his life? How is the name of his offences, if they do not relish altogether of damnation? His youth may privilege his wantonness. I myself ran an unbridled course till 30, nay, almost till 40. Well, you see how I am. Believe me, brother, they that die most virtuous hath in their youth lived most vicious. And none knows the daughter of the fire more than he that falls into it. But say, how is the course of his life? Let's hear his particulars.
Why, I'll tell you, brother. He is a continual swearer and a breaker of his oaths, which is bad.
I grant indeed to swear is bad, but not in keeping those oaths is better. For who will set by a bad thing? Nay, by my faith, I hold these rather a virtue than a vice. Well, I pray, proceed.
He's a mighty brawler and comes commonly by the worst.
By my faith, this is none of the worst neither. For if he brawl and be beaten for it, it will in time make him shun it.
He is a great drinker and one that will forget himself.
Oh, best of all, vice should be forgotten. Let him drink on.
Then, brother, I see you rather like these vices in your son than in any way condemn them.
Nay, mistake me not, brother, for though I slur them over now as things slight and nothing, his crimes being in the bud, it will gall my heart. They should never ever reign in him.
Ho! Who's within? Ho!
That's your son. He's come to borrow more money.
For God's sake, give it out. I am dead. See how he'll take it. Say I have brought you news from his father. I have here drawn a formal will as if it were myself, which I'll deliver him.
Oh, go to, brother. No more, I will.
Uncle? Where are you, Uncle?
Let my cousin in there.
I'm a sailor from Venice, and my name is Christopher.
By the Lord, in truth, Uncle.
In truth, what is served, cousin, without the Lord?
By your leave, Uncle, the Lord is the Lord of truth. A couple of rascals at the gate set upon me for my purse.
You never come that you bring a brawl in your mouth.
By my truth, Uncle. You must lend me £10.
Give my cousin some small beer here.
nay, look you. You turn it to jest now. By this light, I should ride to Croydon Fair to meet Sir Lancelot Spurcock. I should have his daughter Lucy. And for scurvy £10, a man shall lose 900 threescore and odd pounds, and a daily friend besides. But this hand, uncle, 'tis true.
Well, why, anything is true for aught I know.
To see now, a pox on £10.
Cousin, this is not the first time I have believed you.
Why, trust me now. You know not what may fall. If one thing were true, but true, I would not care greatly. I should not need £10, but when a man cannot be believed, there's it.
Why, what is it, cousin?
Marry this, uncle. Can you tell me if the Captain Hugh be come home or no?
I, marriest.
Oh, by God, I thank you for that news. What? Is it in the pool? Can you tell?
It is. What of that?
What? Why, then I have 6 pieces of velvet sent me. I'll give you a piece, uncle, for thus said the letter.
From whom should you receive this?
From who? Why, from my father, with commendations to you, uncle. And thus he writes, I know, said he, that thou hast much troubled thy kind uncle, whom God willing, at my return, I will see amply satisfied. Amply, I remember, was the very word. So God help me.
Have you the letter here?
Yes, I have the letter here. Here's the letter. No. Yes. No. Let me see. What breeches wore I a Saturday? Let me see. A Tuesday, my Salamanca. A Wednesday, my peach color satin. A Thursday, my velour. A Friday, my Salamanca again. A Saturday, let me see, a Saturday. For in those breeches I wore a Saturday is the letter. Oh, my riding breeches. Uncle, those that you had been in velvet, in those very breeches is the letter.
When should it be dated?
Mary? Decimo tertio Septembri. No. Decimo tertio Octobris? Aye, Octobri. So it is.
Decimo tertio Octobris. And here I receive a letter that your father died in June. I'll say you, Castor.
Yes, truly, sir, your father is dead. These hands of mine holp to wind him.
Dead?
Aye, sir, dead.
Sir Blood, how should my father come dead?
I' faith, sir, according to the old proverb, the child was born and cried, became man, after fell sick and died.
Nay, cousin, do not take it so heavily.
Nay, I cannot weep, you extempore. Marry, some 2 or 3 days hence I shall weep, without any instance. But I hope he died in good memory.
Very well, sir, and set down everything in good order, and in the Catherine and Hugh you talked of, I came over in, and I saw all the bills of lading and the velvet that you talked of. There's none such aboard.
My God, I assure you then that there is knavery abroad.
I'll be sworn of that. There's knavery abroad, although there were never a piece of velvet in Venice.
I hope he died in good estate.
To the report of the world he did and made his will, of which I am an unworthy bearer.
His will? Oh, you have his will?
Yes, sir, and in the presence of your uncle. I was willed to deliver it.
I hope, cousin, now God hath blessed you with wealth, you will not be unmindful of me.
I'll do reason, uncle. Yet, i' faith, I take the denial of this £10 very hardly.
Nay, I denied you not.
Oh, by God, you denied me directly.
I'll be judged by this good fellow.
Not directly, sir.
Why, he said he would lend me none, and that had want to be a direct denial. Well, uncle, come, we'll fall to the legacies. In the name of God, amen. Item, I bequeath to my brother, Flowerdale, £300 to pay such trivial debts as I owe in London. Item, to my son, Matt Flowerdale, I bequeath 2 bale of false dice. Sibylla, what does he mean by this?
Proceed, cousin.
These precepts I leave him. Let him borrow of his oath, for of his word nobody will trust him. Let by no means marry him an honest woman, for the other will keep herself. Let him steal as much as he can, that a guilty conscience may bring him to a destinate repentance. I think he means hanging, and that was his last will and testament. The devil stood laughing at his bed's feet while he made it. Sir Blood, what did he think to fop his posterity with paradoxes?
This he made, sir, with his own hands.
Aye, well, nay, come, good uncle, let me have £10.
Not a penny.
If faith, lend it him, sir. I myself have an estate in the city worth £20. All that I'll engage for him, he said it concerns him in a marriage.
Aye, married, it doth. This is a fellow of some sense. Come, good uncle.
Will you give your word for it, Castor?
I will, sir, willingly.
Well, cousin, come to me some hour hence. You shall have it ready.
Shall I not fail?
You shall not, come or send.
Nay, I'll come myself.
By my troth would I ever wear a worshipper's man.
What? Wouldst thou serve?
Very willingly, sir.
Why? I tell thee, what thou shalt do. Thou sayest thou hast £20. Go into Birchin Lane, put thyself into clothes. Thou shalt ride with me to Croydon Fair.
I thank you, sir. I will attend you.
Well, uncle, you will not fail me in an hour hence?
Oh, I will not, cousin.
What's thy name? Kester?
Aye, sir.
Well, provide thyself. Uncle, farewell until anon.
How do you like your son?
I'faith, brother, like a mad, unbridled colt, or as a hawk that never stooped to lure. The one must be tamed with an iron bit, the other must be watched, or she is still wild. Such is my son, a whist will let him be so. For counsel still is folly's deadly foe. I'll serve his youth, for youth must have his course. For being restrained, it makes him 10 times worse. His pride, his right, all that may be named, time may recall, and all his madness tamed.
But what say you to me, Sir Lancelot?
Oh, about my daughters? Well, I will go forward. Here's 2 of them. God save them, but the third, oh, she is a stranger in her course of life. She hath refused you, Master Weathercock.
Aye, by the rood, Sir Lancelot, that she hath. But had she tried me, she would have found a man of me indeed.
Nay, be not angry, sir, at her denial. She hath refused 7 of the worshipfulest and worthiest housekeepers to stay in Kent. Indeed, she will not marry, I suppose.
But who shall marry with Mistress Frances?
By my troth, they are talking of marrying me, sister.
Let them talk. Fools may have leave to prattle as they walk.
No, of my knighthood, not a suitor yet. Alas, God help her, silly girl, a fool, a very fool. But there's the other Blackbrows, a shrewd girlie, she hath wit at will, and suitors 2 or 3. Sir Arthur Greenshield one, a gallant knight, a valiant soldier, but poor. Then there's young Oliver, the Devonshire lad, a wary fellow, merry, full of wit, and rich by the rood. But there's a third, all air, light as a feather, changing as the wind, young Flowerdale.
Ooh. Oh, he, sir. He's a desperate dick indeed. Bar him your house.
Fie, and not so, he's of good parentage.
Oh, by my fay, and so he is. And a proper man.
Aye, proper enough, had he good qualities.
Aye, marry, there's the point, Sir Lancelot. For there's an old saying, be he rich or be he poor, be he high or be he low, be he born in barn or hall, 'tis manners makes the man and all.
You are in the right, Master Weathercock.
Oh, I think I am sure-crossed, or witched with an owl. I have haunted them inn after inn, booth after booth, yet cannot find them. Ah, yonder they are. That's she. I hope to God 'tis she. Nay, I know 'tis she. For now she treads her shoe a little awry. Save you, sir. May I borrow a piece of a word with you?
No pieces, sir.
Why then the whole? I pray, sir, what may yonder gentlewoman be?
They may be ladies, sir, if the destinies and mortalities work.
What's her name, sir?
Mistress Frances Spurcock, Sir Lancelot Spurcock's daughter.
I pray, where in you, sir? I would be very glad to bestow the wine of that gentlewoman.
At the George, sir.
God save you, sir.
I pray, your name, sir.
My name is Master Civet, sir.
A sweet name. God be with you, Master Civet.
Ah, how now? Fie, sit in an open room. Now, good Sir Lancelot and my kind, worshipful friend, Master Weathercock. What? At your pint? A quart, for shame.
Nay, Royster, and by your leave we will away.
Come, give some music, we'll go dance. Begone, Sir Lancelot. What, an affair day too?
'Twere foully done to dance within the fair.
Nay, if you say so. Fairest of all fairs, then I'll not dance. A pox upon my goldsmith. I bespoke thee, Lucy, a carcanet of gold, and thought thou shouldst have had it for a bearing, and the rogue puts me in arrearages for a porry pearl. But thou shalt have it by Sunday night. When?
Sir, he is the one hath sent you a bottle of Rhenish wine brewed with rose water.
To me?
No, sir, to the knight. It desires his more acquaintance.
To me? What's he that proves so kind?
I have a trick to know his name, sir. He hath a month's mind here to Mistress Frances. His name is Master Civet.
Oh, call him in, Artichoke.
Oh, I know him, sir. He is a fool, but reasonable rich. His father was one of these leasemongers, these cornmongers, these moneymongers. But he never had to be with a whoremonger.
I promise you, sir, you are too much a charge.
The charge is small, sir. I thank God my father left me wherewithal. If it please you, sir, I have a great mind to this gentlewoman here, in the way of marriage.
I thank you, sir. Please, you come to Lewsome, to my poor house. You shall be kindly welcome.
Been you a presser, sir?
I am a commander, sir, under the king.
As what man, and you ne'er be such a commander.
No more.
You spoke with my friends before you should
No
have
more.
Content yourself, man. My
No
authority was
more.
to suppress a good man as
Good
you.
Master Oliver. No more, Sir Arthur. And, maiden, here in the sight of all your suitors, every man of worth, I'll tell you who my faintest would prefer to the hard bargain of your marriage bed. Shall I be plain among you gentlemen?
Aye, sir, 'tis best.
Then, sir, first to you. I do confess you a most gallant knight, a worthy soldier and an honest man. But honesty maintains not a French hood, goes very seldom in a chain of gold, keeps a small train of servants, hath few friends. And for this wild oats here, young Flowerdale, I will not judge. God can work miracles, but ye were better make 100 new than thee a thrifty and an honest one.
Believe me, he hath bit you there, he hath touched you to the quick, that he hath.
Woodcock at my side. What? Why, Master Weathercock, you know I am honest. However, you trifles.
Now, by my troth, I know no otherwise. Oh, your old mother was a dame indeed. Heaven hath her soul, and my wives too, I trust. And your good father, honest gentleman, he is gone a journey, so I hear, far hence.
Aye, God be praised, he is far enough. He's gone, pilgrimage to paradise, and left me to cut a caper against care. Lucy, look on me that am as light as air.
I'faith, I like not shadows, bubbles, breath. I hate a light o' love as I hate death.
Girl, hold thee there. Look on this Devonshire lad. Fat, fair, and lovely, both in person.
Well, sir, charm as the Lord hath made me. Oh, you know me well, Ewan. I chav 80 pack of Carsey, and black 'em out, and chief credit beside, and my fortunes be so good as another's, so it may.
'Tis you I love, whatsoever others say.
Thanks, fairest.
Wouldst thou have me quarrel with him?
Do, but say he shall hear from you.
Yet, gentlemen, howsoever I prefer this Devonshire suitor, I'll enforce no love. My daughter shall have liberty to choose whom she likes best. In your love suit proceed, not all of you, but only one must speed.
You have said well indeed, right well.
Mistress, here's one who would speak with you. I have him in the cellar already. I know him. I met him at Croyden's fair.
I remember, a little man.
Aye, a very little man.
And yet a proper man.
A very proper, very little man.
His name is Monsieur Civet.
The same, sir.
Come, gentlemen, if other suitors come, my foolish daughter will be fitted too. But Delia, my saint, no man dare move.
Hark you, sir. A word.
What han you say to me?
Ye shall hear from me, and that very shortly.
Oh, is that all? Ver thee well? She ver thee not a vig. Ha!
What if he should come now? I'm fairly dressed.
I do not mean that you shall meet with him, but presently we'll go and draw a will, where we'll set down land that we never saw, and we will have it of so large a sum, Sir Lancelot shall entreat you to take his daughter. This being formed, it give it Master Weathercock, and make Sir Lancelot's daughter heir of all, and make him swear never to show the will to anyone, until that you be dead. This done, the foolish changing Weathercock will straight discourse unto Sir Lancelot the form and tenor of your testament, nor stand a pause of it. Be ruled by me. What will ensue, that shall you quickly see.
Oh, come, let's about it. If that's a will, sweet kid, and get a wench, I'll renown thy wit.
Sir, as I am a maid, I do affect you above any suitor that I have, although that soldiers scarce know how to love.
I am a soldier and a gentleman. No soul belongs to war, but to a lady. What man offends me, my sword shall ride. What woman loves me? I am her faithful knight.
I neither doubt your valor nor your love, but there be some that bears a soldier's form that swears by him they never think upon, goes swaggering up and down from house to house, crying God peace, and crying
Be
thus.
faith, lady. I'll descry you such a man. Of them there be many which you have spoke of, that bear the name and shape of soldiers, yet God knows very seldom saw the war, that haunt your taverns and your ordinaries, your alehouses, and sometimes, for all alike, to uphold the brutish humor of their minds, being marked down for the bargain of despair that begins in wine, but ends in blood. Their drink is clear, but their conceits are mud.
Yet these are great gentlemen soldiers.
No, they are wretched slaves, whose desperate lives doth bring them timeless graves.
Both for yourself and for your form of life. If I may choose, I'll be a soldier's wife.
And tit trust to it, zo then.
Assure yourself, you shall be married with all speed we may. One day shall serve for Francis and for Lucy.
Why, she would vain know the time for providing wedding raiments.
Why, no more but this. First, get your assurance made, touching my daughter's jointer. That dispatch we will in 2 days make provision.
Why, man, she'll have the writings made by tomorrow.
Tomorrow be it then. Let's meet at the King's Head in Fish Street.
No, fie, man. No, let's meet at the Rose and Temple Bar. That will be nearer to your counsellor and mine.
At the Rose be it then, the hour 9. He that comes last forfeits a pint of wine.
Point is no payment. Let it be a whole quart or nothing.
Master, here is a man who would speak with Master Oliver. He comes from young Master Flowerdale.
Why, child speak with him, child speak with him.
Nay, son Oliver, I'll surely see what young Flowerdale hath sent to you. I pray God it be no quarrel.
Why, man, if he quarrel with me, child give him his hands full.
God save you, good Sir Lancelot.
Welcome, honest friend.
To you and yours my master wisheth health, but unto you, sir, this and this he sends. This here is the length, sir, of his rapier, and in that paper you shall know his mind.
What? Here. Cho'll meet him, my friend, cho'll meet him.
Meet him? You shall not meet the ruffian. Fie!
And I do not go to mate him, cho'll give you leave to call me cooked. Where's it, Zira? Where's it? Where's it?
The letter shows both the time and place, and if you be a man, then keep your word. You seem a man stout and resolute, and I will see no report, whate'er befall.
In fall out ill, assure your master this. I'll make him fly the land or use him worse.
My master, sir, deserves not this of you, and that you should shortly find.
Thy master is an unthrift, you a knave, and I'll attach you first. Next, clap him up or have him bound unto his good behavior.
I would you were as bright if you do any harm in this. And you do, cho'll ne'er see you nor any of yours while cho'll have eyes open. What, do you think cho'll be a baffled up and down upon the town for a mezzle and a scoundrel? No, joy for you, Zira. Cho'll come, say no more. Cho'll come, cho'll come.
Well, sir, my master deserves this not of you, and that you'll shortly find.
What? Will you then neglect my daughter's love? Venture your state and hers for a loose brawl?
Why, man, shall not kill him. Marry, cho'll vase him too, and again, and so God be with you, father. What, man, we shall meet tomorrow.
Master Weathercock, you come in happy time. The desperate Flowerdale hath writ a challenge, and who think you must answer it but the Devonshire man, my son Oliver?
Marry, I am sorry for it, good Sir Lancelot. But if you'll be ruled by me, will stay the fury.
That's how, I pray.
Marry, I'll tell you. By promising young Flowerdale the red-lipped Lucy.
I'd rather follow her unto her grave.
Aye, Sir Lancelot, I would have thought so too. But you and I have been deceived in him. Come read this will or deed or what you call it. I know not.
What is this? What is this?
Nay, there is true love indeed. He give it to me but this very morn, and bid me to keep it unseen from anyone. Good youth, to see how men may be deceived.
Passion of me! What a wretch am I to hate this loving youth! He hath made me, together with my Lucy he loves so dear, executors of all his wealth.
All, good man. He hath given you all.
3 ships now in the Straits and homeward bound, 2 lordships of £200 a year, the one in Wales, the other in Gloucestershire. Debts and accounts are £30,000. Plate, money, jewels, 16,000 more. 2 houses furnished well in Coleman Street. Beside whatsoever his uncle leaves to him, being of great means and wealth at Peckham.
How like you this, good knight? How like you this?
I have done him wrong, but now I'll make amends. The Devonshire man shall whistle for a wife. He marry Lucy? Lucy shall be Flowerdale's.
Well, that is lovely said. Let's ride to London and prevent their match by promising your daughter to that lovely lad.
By my truth, this is good luck. I thank God for this. In good sooth, I have even seen my heart's desire. Sister Delia, now I may boldly call you so, for your father hath frank and freely given me his daughter Frances.
And by my troth, Tom, thou hast my goodwill too. For I thank God I long for a husband, and would I might never stir, for what his name was Tom.
Oh, why, sister, now you have your wish.
You say very true, Sister Delia, and I prithee call me nothing but Tom, and I'll call thee sweetheart. And Frances, will it not do well, Sister Delia?
It will do very well with both of you.
But Tom, must I go as I do now when I am married?
Oh no, Frances, I'll have thee go like a citizen in a guarded gown and a French hood.
By my troth, that will be excellent indeed.
Brother, maintain your wife to your estate.
Oh, my estate, I thank God, is £40 a year in good leases and tenements, besides 20 mark a year at Cuckold's Haven, and that comes to us all by inheritance.
That may indeed, 'tis very fitly plied. I know not how it comes, but so it falls out that those whose fathers have died wondrous rich, and took no pleasure but to gather wealth, thinking of little that they leave behind, for them they hope will be of their like mind. But it falls out contrary. For he is sparing his scarce 3-7 years' spending, never caring what will ensue when all their coin is gone, and all too late, then thrift is thought upon. Oft have I heard that pride and riot kissed, and then repentance cries, for had I wist.
You say well, Sister Delia, you say well, but I mean to live within my bounds. For look you, I have set down my rest thus far, but to maintain my wife in her French hood, and her coach, keep a couple of geldings, and a brace of greyhounds, and this all I'll do.
And you'll do this with £40 a year?
Aye, and a better penny, sister.
Sister, you forget that at Cuckold's Haven.
By my troth, well remembered, Francis, I'll give thee that to buy thee things.
Keep you the rest for points. Alas the day, fools shall have wealth, though all the world say nay. Come, brother, will you in? Dinner stays for us.
Aye, good sister, with all my heart.
Aye, by my troth, Tom, for I have a good stomach.
And I the like, sweet Francis. No, sister, do not think I'll go beyond my bounds.
God grant you may not.
Sirrah, Kit, tarry thou here. I have spied Sir Lancelot and old Weathercock coming this way. They are hard at hand.
Good morrow, Master Flowerdale.
Oh, good morrow, good Sir Lancelot. Good morrow, Master Weathercock. By my troth, gentlemen, I have been reading Sir Nick Machiavelli. I find him good to be known, not to be followed. A pestilent, humane fellow. I have made certain annotations of him, such as they be. And how is it, Sir Lancelot? Huh? How is it? A mad world. Men cannot live quiet in it.
Master Flowerdale, I do understand there is some jaw between the Devonshire man and you.
They, sir? They are good friends as can be.
Who? Master Oliver and I? As good friends as can be.
It is a kind of safety in you to deny it in a generous silence, which too few are included withal. But, sir, such a thing I hear, and I could wish it otherwise.
No such thing, Sir Lancelot, on my reputation, as I am an honest man.
And now I do believe you then. If you do engage your reputation, there is none.
Nay, I do not engage my reputation. There is not. You shall not bind me to any condition of hardness, but if there be anything between us, then there is. If there be not, then there is not. Be or be not, all is one.
I do perceive by this that there is something between you, and I am very sorry for it.
You may be deceived, Sir Lancelot. The Italian had a pretty paying castro. I forgot it too. It is out of my head, but in my translation, if told, thus, if thou hast friend, keep him. If a foe, trip him.
Oh, come, I do see by this there is somewhat between you, and before God, I could wish it otherwise.
Well, what is between us can hardly be altered, Sir Lancelot. I am to ride forth tomorrow. That way, which I must ride, no man must deny me the sun. I would not by any particular man be denied common and general passage. If anyone saith, Flowerdale, thou passeth not this way, my answer is, I must either on or return. The return is not my word. I must on. If I cannot, then make my way. Nature hath done the last of me. And there's the fine.
Master Flowerdale, every man hath one tongue and 2 ears, and nature in her building is a most curious workmaster.
That is as much to say a man should hear more than he should speak.
You say true, and indeed I have heard more than at this time I will speak.
You say well.
Slanders are more common than truths, Master Flowerdale, but truth is the rule for both.
You say true. What do you call him in his 3rd canton?
I have heard you have been wild. I have believed it.
'Twas fit. 'Twas necessary.
But I have seen somewhat of late in you that hath confirmed in my opinion of goodness toward you.
Your faith. Sir, I am sure I never did you harm. Some good I have done, either to you or yours. I'm sure you know not. Neither. It is my will you should.
Aye, your will, sir.
Aye, my will, sir. Mr. Foote, do you know aught of my will? May God, and do you, sir, I am abused.
Go, Master Flowerdale. What I know, and know you thus much out of my knowledge that I truly love you. For my daughter, she's yours. And if you like a marriage better than a brawl, all quirks of reputation set aside, go with me presently, and where you should fight a bloody battle, you shall be married to a lovely lady.
Nay, but Sir Lancelot...
If you will not embrace my offer, yet assure yourself thus much, I will have order to hinder your encounter.
Nay, but hear me.
And they stand you upon imperative honor. 'Tis merely unsound, unprofitable, and idle inferences. Your business is to wed my daughter. Therefore, give me your present word to do it. I'll go and provide the maid. Therefore, give me your present resolution, either now or never.
Will you so put me to it?
Aye, before God, either take me now or take me never. Else what I thought should be our match shall be our parting. So fare you well forever.
Stay. Fall out what may fall. My love is above all. I will come.
I expect you, and so fare you well.
Now, sir, how shall we do for wedding apparel?
By the mass, it's true. Now help. Kitty, the marriage ended, we'll make amends for all.
Well, no more. Prepare you for your bride. We will not want for clothes, whatsoe'er betide.
Thou shalt see. When once I have my dower, in mirth we'll spend full many a merry hour. As for this wench, I'll not regard a pin. It is her gold that must bring my pleasures in.
Is it possible he hath a second living, forsaking God, himself to the devil giving? But that I know his mother's firm and chaste, my heart would say my head she had disgraced, else would I swear he knew never was my son, but her fair mind so foul a deed did shun.
How now, brother? How do you find your son?
Oh, brother, heedless as a libertine, ever grown a master in the school of vice, one that doth nothing but invent deceit, for all the day he humours up and down, how he hath the next day might deceive his friend. He thinks of nothing but the present time. For one groat ready down, he'll pay a shilling, but then the lender must needs stay for it. When I was young, I had the scope of youth, both wild and wanton, careless and desperate, but such and made strange as he's possessed withal, I thought it were wonderful to dream upon.
I told you so, but you would not believe it.
Well, I have found it, but one thing comforts me. Brother, tomorrow he's to be married to Beauteous Lucy, Sir Lancelot's Spurcock's daughter.
It's possible.
'Tis true, and thus I mean to curb him. This day, brother, I will show you I shall arrest him. If anything will tame him, it must be that. For he is ranked in mischief, chained to a life. That will increase his shame and kill his wife.
What, arrest him on his wedding day? That were unchristian and an unhumane part. How many couple even for that very day have purchased 7 years' sorrow afterward? Forbear him then today, do it tomorrow, and this day mingle not his joy with sorrow.
Brother, I'll have it done this very day, and in the view of all, as he comes from church, do but observe the course that he will take. Upon my life he will forswear the debt, and for will have the sum shall not be slight. Say that he owes you near 3,000 pound. Good brother, let it be done immediately.
Well, seeing you will have it so, brother, I'll do it, and straight provide the sheriff.
So, brother, by this means shall we perceive what Sir Lancelot in this pinch will do, and how his wife doth stand affected to him. Her love will then be tried to the uttermost, and all the rest of them, brother, what will I do, shall harm him much, and much avail him too.
Godmorrow to Master Oliver.
What a good morrow.
What, Master Oliver? Are you angry?
Why, Anapi? Titten grieving you?
Not me at all, sir, but I imagine by your being here thus armed, you stay for some that you should fight withal.
Why, and hey do. She would not desire you to take his part.
No, not by my troth. I think you need it not. For he you look for, I think, means not to come.
No, and she were as sure of that. She'd have phased him in another place.
Oh, Sir Arthur, Master Oliver Amy, your love and yours, sweet Mistress Lucy, this morn is married to young Flowerdale.
Married to Flowerdale? 'Tis impossible.
Married? Man, she hope thou dost but jest it, make a full-out merriment of it.
Oh, 'tis too true. Here comes his uncle.
Sir Arthur, good morrow, Master Oliver.
Good morrow, Master Flowerdale. I pray you telling us, is your scoundrel kinsman married?
Master Oliver, call him what you will, but he is married to Sir Lancelot's daughter here.
Unto her?
The old yellow zard me thick trick. Why, man, he was a promise. Chud should have had her. Is this it a vox? Chud look to his vater chaver him.
The music plays. They are coming from the church. Sheriff, do your office. Fellows, step sadly to it.
God give you joy, as the old Zave proverb is, and some sorrow among. You met us well, did you not?
Nay, be not angry, sir. The fault is in me. I have done all the wrong. Keep him from coming to the field to you as I might, sir. For I am a justice and sworn to keep the peace.
Aye, marry is he, sir, a very justice, and sworn to keep the peace. You must not disturb the wedding.
Nay, never frown nor storm, sir. If you do, I'll have an order taken for you.
Well, try to be quiet.
Master Flowerdale, Sir Lancelot, look who is here. Master Flowerdale.
Master Flowerdale, welcome with all my heart.
Uncle, this is she. In fact, Master Under Sheriff, arrest me. At whose suit? Draw it.
My suit, sir.
Why, what's the matter, Master Flowerdale?
This is the matter, sir. This unthrift here hath cozened you, and hath had of me in several sums 3,000 pound.
Why, Uncle! Uncle!
Cousin! You have uncled me, and if you be not stead, you'll prove a cousin unto all who know you.
Why, sir, suppose he be to you in debt 10,000 pound. His state to me appears to be at least 3,000 a year.
Oh, sir, I was too late informed of that plot, how that he went about to cousin you, and formed a will and sent it to your good friend here, Master Weathercock, in which he was nothing true but brags and lies.
He hath he not such lordships, lands and ships?
Not worth a groat, not worth a halfpenny he.
I pray, tell us true, be plain, young Flowerdale.
My uncle here is mad, and disposed to do me wrong. But he's my man, an honest fellow, by the Lord, and of good credit, knows all is true.
Not I, sir. I am too old to lie. I rather know you forged a will, where every line you writ, you studied where to coat your lands might lie.
And I prithee, where be they, honest friend?
Be faith nowhere, sir, for he hath none at all.
Oh, Benedicite, we are all wretched, I believe.
I am cozened and my hopefulest child undone.
You You are not cousin, nor is she undone. They slander me. By this light, they slander me. Look you, my uncle, he is an usurer, and would undo me. But I'll stand in law. Do you but bail me? You shall do no more. You, brother Civet and Master Weathercock, do but bail me, and let me have my marriage money paid me, and we shall ride down, and there your own eyes shall see how my poor tenants there will welcome me. You shall but bail me. You shall do no more. And you greedy gnats, that their bail will serve.
Aye, sir, I'll ask no better bail.
No, sir, you shall not take my bail, nor his, nor my son Civet's. I'll not deal with him. Let uncle make false dice with his false bones. I will not have to do with him. Mocked, galled, and wronged. Come, girl, though it be late, it falls out well. Thou shalt not live with him in beggar's hell.
He is my husband, and high heaven doth know with what unwillingness I went to church. But you enforced me, you compelled me to it. The holy churchman pronounced those words, but now I must not leave my husband in distress. Now I must comfort him and not go with you.
Prisoner, on my curse forsake him.
This day you caused me on your curse to take him. Do not, I pray, my grieved soul oppress. God knows my heart doth bleed at his distress.
Oh, Master Weathercock, I must confess I forced her to this match, led with opinion his false will was true.
He hath overreached me too.
She might have lived like Delia in a happy virgin state.
Father, be patient. Sorrow comes too late.
And on her knees she begged and did entreat. If she must needs taste the sad marriage life, she craved to be Sir Arthur Greenshot's wife.
You have done me and her the greater wrong.
Oh, take her yet.
Not I.
Or Master Oliver, accept my child, and half my wealth is yours.
Oh no, sir, choi'll break no laws.
Never fear, she will not trouble you.
Yet, sister, in this passion, do not run headlong to confusion. You may affect him, though not follow him.
Oh, do, sister, I mean, hang him. Let him go.
With faith, Mistress Lucy, leave him.
You are three gross fools. Let me alone. I swear I'll live with him in all his moan.
But Ani have his legs at liberty. Chama Verde'll never live with thee.
Aye, but he is now in Hux's handling for running away.
Huswife, you hear how you and I'm wronged? And if you will redress it yet you may, but if you stand on terms to follow him, never come near my sight nor look on me. Call me not father, look not for a groat. For all thy portion I will this day give unto thy sister Frances.
How say you to that, Tom? I shall have a good deal. Besides, I'll be a good wife, and a good wife is a good thing, I can tell.
Frances, I would be sorry to see thy sister cast away, as I am a gentleman.
What? Are you yet resolved?
Yes, I am resolved.
Come then, away. Or now, or never. Come.
This way I turn. Go you unto your feast, and I to weep that am with grief oppressed.
Forever fly my sight. Come, gentlemen, let's in. I'll help you to far better wives than her. Delia, upon my blessing, talk not to her base baggage, and such hast to beggary.
Sheriff, take your prisoner to your charge.
Uncle, by God, you have used me very hardly. By my troth, upon my wedding day.
O Master Flowerdale, but hear me speak. Stay but a little while, good Master Sheriff. If not for him, for my sake, pity him. Good sir, stop not your ears at my complaint. My voice grows weak, for women's words are faint.
Look you, uncle. She kneels to you.
Fair maid, for you I love you with my heart, and grieve, sweet soul, thy fortune is so bad that thou shouldst match with such a graceless youth. Go to thy father. Think not upon him whom hell hath marked to be the son of shame.
Impute his wildness, sir, unto his youth, and think that now is the time he doth repent. Alas, what good or gain can you receive to imprison him that nothing hath to pay? And where not is, the king doth lose his due. Oh, pity him, as God shall pity you.
Lady, I know his humours all too well, and nothing in the world can do him good but misery itself to chain him with.
Say that your debts were paid, then is he free?
Aye, virgin, that being answered, I have done, but to him that is all as impossible as I to scale the high pyramids. Sheriff, take your prisoner. Maiden, fare thee well.
Oh, no, not yet. Good Master Flowerdale, take my word for the debt, my word, my bond.
Aye, by God, uncle, and my bond too.
Alas, I ne'er ought nothing, but I paid it, and I can work. Alas, he can do nothing. I have some friends, perhaps will pity me. His chiefest friends do seek his misery. All that I can or beg, get or receive shall be for you. Oh, do not turn away. Methinks within a face so reverent, so well experienced in this tottering world, should have some feeling of a maiden's grief. For my sake, his father's and your brother's sake, I for your soul's sake that doth hope for joy, pity my state. Do not two souls destroy.
Fair maid, stand up. Not in regard of him, but in pity of thy hapless choice, I do release him. Master Sheriff, I thank you. Here, maid, take this money. There is 100 angels, and for I will be sure he shall not have it. Here, Kester, take it you and use it sparingly, but let her not have any want at all. Now dry your eyes, niece. Do not too much lament for him whose life hath been in riot spent. If well he useth thee, he gets him friends. If ill, a shameful end on him depends.
A plague go with you for an old fornicator. Come, Kit, the money. Come, honest Kit.
Nay, by my faith, sir, you shall pardon me.
And why, sir, pardon you? Give me the money, you old rascal, or I shall make you.
Well, pray, hold your hands. Give it him, honest friend.
If you be so content, with all my heart.
Content, sir, sip blood. She shall be content, whether she will or no. A rattle baby come to follow me. Go, get you gone to the greasy chuff your father. Bring me your dowry, or never look on me.
Sir, she hath forsook her father and all her friends for you.
Hang thee, her friends and father all together.
Yet part with something to provide her lodging.
Oh yes, I mean to part with her, and you. But if I part with one angel, hang me at a post. I'll rather throw them at cast a dice, as I have done 1,000 of their fellows.
Nay then, I will be plain. Degenerate boy, thou hast a father would have been ashamed.
My father was an ass, an old ass.
Thy father? Proud, licentious villain. What, are you at your foils? I'll foil with you.
Good sir, forbear him.
Did not this whining woman hang on me? I teach thee what it was to abuse thy father. Go, hang, beg, starve, dice, game, that when all is gone, thou mayest after despair and hang thyself.
Oh, do not curse him.
I do not curse him, and to pray for him were vain. It grieves me that he bears his father's name.
Well, you old rascal, I shall meet with you. Sir, I'll get you gone. I will not strip the livery off your ears, because you paid for it. But do not use my name, sirrah. Do you hear? Look you, do not use my name. You were best.
Pay me the £20 then.
that I lent you, or give me security when I may have it.
I'll not pay thee a penny, and for security I'll give thee none. Minskins, look you, do not follow me. Look you, do not. If you do, beggar, I shall slit your nose.
Alas, what shall I do?
Why, turn whose? That's a good trade. And so perhaps I'll see thee now and then.
Alas, the day that ever I was born.
Sweet mistress, do not weep. I'll stick to you.
Alas, my friend, I know not what to do. My father and friends, they have despised me, and I, a wretched maid thus cast away, knows neither where to go nor what to say.
It grieves me at the soul to see her tears, thus stain the crimson roses of her cheeks. Lady, take comfort. Do not mourn in vain. I have a little living in this town, the which I will think comes to £100. All that and more shall be at your dispose. I'll straight go help you to some strange disguise, and place you in a service in this town, where you shall know all, yet yourself unknown. Come, grieve no more. Where no help can be had, weep not for him that there is more worse than had.
I thank you, sir.
Why, how now, Sir Arthur? All amort? Master Oliver, how now, man? Cheerfully, Sir Lancelot, and merrily say, who can hold that will away?
Aye, she is gone indeed, poor girl, undone. But when they'll be self-willed, children must smart.
But, sir, that she is wrong, you are the chiefest cause. Therefore, 'tis reason you redress her wrong.
Indeed, you must, Sir Lancelot, you must.
Must? Who can compel me, Master Weathercock? I hope I may do what I list.
I grant you may. You may do what you list.
Nay, but an you be well advising, if we're not good by this vrampleness and rowardness to cast away as pretty a dousabel as any could chance to see in a summer's day, she'll tell you what I shall do. She'll go and spy up and down upon the town and see if I hear any tale or tidings of her, and take her away from Thickamezzel, Vorcham assured. Hail but bring her to the spoil, and so very well we shall meet at your son Civet's.
I thank you, sir. I take it very kindly.
To find her out, I'll spend my dearest blood. So well I loved her, to effect her good.
Oh, Master Weathercock, what hap had I to force my daughter from Master Oliver and this good knight to the one that hath no goodness in his thought?
Ill luck. But what remedy?
Yes, I have almost devised the remedy. Young Flowerdale is sure a prisoner.
Sure, nothing more sure.
And yet perhaps his uncle hath released him.
It may be very like, no doubt he hath.
Well, if he be in prison, I'll have warrants to talk my daughter till the law be tried, for I will sue him upon cozenage.
Marry, may you, and overthrow him too.
A plague of the devil. The devil will take the dice and the devil and his damn go together. Of all my 100 golden angels, I've not left one denier. Pox come to 5. What shall I do? I can borrow no more of my credit. There's not any of my acquaintance, man or boy, that I have borrowed more or less of. I would I knew where to take a good purse and go clear away. By this light, I'll venture for it. God's lit. My sister Delia. I'll rob her by this hand.
I prithee, Artichoke, go not so fast. The weather is hot, and I am something weary.
Nay, I warrant you, Mistress Delia, I'll not tire you with leading. We'll go an extreme, moderate pace.
Stand! Deliver your purse.
Oh, Lord! Thieves! Thieves!
Come, come. Your purse, lady. Your purse.
That voice I have heard often before this time. What, brother Flowerdale become a thief?
I plague on it. I thank your father, but sister, come. Your money, come. What, the world must find me, I am born to live. 'Tis not a sin to steal when none will give.
Oh God, is all grace banished from thy heart? Think of the shame that doth attend this fact.
Shame me no shame. Come, give me your purse. I'll bind you, sister, lest I fare the worst.
No, bind me not. Hold. There is all I have, and with that money would redeem thy shame.
Thieves! Thieves! Thieves!
Thieves! Where, man? Why, how now, Mistress Delia? How you belike to been robbed?
No, Master Oliver. 'Tis Master Flowerdale. He did but jest with me.
Oh, Flowerdale, that scoundrel! Zero, you meeting us well, vang thee that.
Well, sir, I'll not meddle with you, because I have a charge.
Here, Brother Flowerdale, I'll lend you this same money.
I thank you, sister.
Odd you were a split, and you let the mezzle have a penny. But since you cannot cheap it, shall keep to myself.
'Tis pity to relieve him in this sort, who makes a triumphant life his daily sport.
Brother, you see how all men censure you. Farewell, and I pray God amend your life.
Come, choi'll bring you along, and you safe enough from 20 such scoundrels as thick a one is. Farewell, and be hanged, Zira, as I think thou wilt be shortly. Come, Zira Arthur.
A plague go with you for a carsy rascal. This Devonshire man, I think, is made of all pork. His hands made only for to heave up packs, as hard as fat and big as his face. Is differing far from brave gallant minds, as I to serve the hogs, and drink with the hinds, as I am very near now. Well, what's the remedy? When money means, and friends do grow small, and farewell life, and there's an end of all.
By my troth, God have mercy for this good Christopher. I thank thee for my maid. I like her very well. How dost thou like her, Francis?
In good sadness, Tom, very well, excellent well. She speaks so prettily. I pray, what's your name?
My name, forsooth, be called Tannikin.
Oh, my troth, my name, oh, Tannikin. Oh, you are excellent for dressing one's head in a new fashion.
Oh, you can do everything about the head.
What countrywoman is she, Hester?
A Dutch woman, sir.
Why then, she is outlandish, is she not?
Aye, sir, she is.
Oh, then canst thou tell me how to help my cheeks? Oh, and my ears, you know?
Yes, mistress, very well.
Cheeks and ears? Why, Mistress Frances, want you cheeks and ears? Methinks you have very fair ones.
Thou art a fool indeed. Tom, thou knowest what I mean.
Aye, Kester, 'tis such as they wear their heads. I prithee, Kit, her in, and show her my house.
I will, sir. Come, Tannikin.
Oh, Tom, you have not bussed me today, Tom.
No, Francis, we must not kiss afore folks. God save me, Francis. I'll see, yonder, my sister Delia has come. Welcome, good sister.
Welcome, good sister. How do you like the tear of my head?
Very well, sister.
I'm glad you've come, Sister Delia, to give order for supper. They will be here soon.
Aye, but if good luck had not served, she had not been here now. Flowerdale had liked to have robbed her.
Peace, sirrah, no more.
Robbed? By whom?
Marry, by none but Flowerdale. He's turned thief.
By my faith, that is not well. But God be praised for your escape. Will you draw near, sister?
Sirrah, come hither. Would Flowerdale, he that was my master, robbed you? I prithee, tell me true.
Yes, i' faith, even that Flowerdale that was thy master.
Why, God a mercy.
Sister, look here. I have a new Dutch maid, and she speaks so fine. It will do your heart good.
How do you like her, sister?
I like your maid well.
Well, dear sister, will you draw near and give directions for supper? Guests will be here presently.
Yes, brother, lead the way. I'll follow you. Hark you, Dutch Frau, a word.
What is your will with me?
Sister Lucy, 'tis not your broken language nor this same habit can disguise your face from I that know you. Pray tell me, what means this?
Sister, I see you know me, yet be secret. This borrowed shape that I have ta'en upon me is but to keep myself a space unknown, both from my father and from my nearest friends, until I see how time will bring to pass the desperate course of Master Flowerdale.
Oh, he is worse than bad. I pray thee leave him, and let not once thy heart to think on him.
Do not persuade me once to such a thought. Imagine yet that he is worse than not. Yet 1 hour's time may all that ill undo, that all his former life did run into. Therefore, kind sister, do not disclose my estate. If e'er his heart doth turn, 'tis ne'er too late.
Well, seeing no counsel can remove your mind, I'll not disclose you that art wilful blind.
Delia, I thank you. I now must please her eyes, my sister Frances, neither fair nor wise.
Oh, on goes he that knows no end of his journey. Oh, on goes he that knows no end of his journey. I have passed the very utmost bounds of shifting. I have no course now but to hang myself. I have lived since yesterday, 2 o'clock, of a spice cake I had at a burial, and for drink I got an ale house among porters, such as will bear out a man if he have no money, indeed. I mean out of their companies, for they are men of good carriage. Who comes here? The coney catcher that won my money off me. I'll try if he'll lend me any. How dost thou, Rafe? My God, the world grows bare with me. Will you do so much as lend me an angel? You know you won 100 of me the other day.
Aye, an angel. God damn us if we lost not every penny within an hour after that were gone.
Prithee, lend me so much as will pay for my supper. I'll pay you again, as I am a gentleman.
Faith, I have not a farthing, nor a mite. I wonder at it, Master Flowerdale. You so carelessly undo yourself. Why, you lose more money in an hour than an honest man spend in a year. For shame, betake you to some honest trade. You live not thus like such a vagabond. Hey.
Vagabond indeed. Well, villains you! They gave me counsel and first cousined me. Those devils first brought me to this. I am, and being thus the first, do me wrong. Well, yet I have one friend left in store, not far from hence, there dwells a cockatrice, one that I first put in satin gown, not a tooth that dwells within her head, but stands me at least 20 pound. Her will I visit now. My coin is gone, and as I take it, here dwells the gentlewoman. What ho! Is Mistress Apricot within?
What saucy rascal is that which knocks so boldly? Oh, is it you? Old spendthrift are you here? One that has turned cousin about this town? My mistress saw you, and sends this word by me, either by packing quickly from the door, or you shall have such a greeting sent you straight, as you will little like on, you had best be gone.
Why, so this is as it should be, being poor, thus art thou served by a vile, painted whore. Well, since thy damned crew do so abuse thee, I'll try an honest men, see how they will use me. Oh, sir, I beseech you to take passion of a man on whose fortunes have been better than at this instant they seem to be. But if I might crave of you some such little portion as would bring me to my friends, I should rest thankful until I had requited so great a courtesy.
Fie, young man, this course is very bad. Too many such have we about this city. Yet, for I have not seen you in this sort, nor noted you to be a common beggar. Hold, there's an angel to bear your charges down. Go to your friends, do not on this depend. Such bad beginnings oft have worser ends.
Worser ends? Nay, if it fall out no worse than an old angel's, I care not. Nay, now I have had such a fortunate beginning, I'll not let a sixpenny purse escape me. By the mass, here comes another. God bless you, fair mistress. Now would it please you, gentlewoman, to look into the wants of a poor gentleman, a younger brother? I doubt not, but God will treble restore it back again. One that never before this time demanded penny, halfpenny, nor farthing.
Stay, Alexander. Oh, now by my troth, a very proper man, and 'tis a great pity. Hold, my friend. There's all the money I have about me, a couple of shillings, and God bless thee.
Now, thank God, thank you, sweet lady. If you have any friend, or garden or house, where you may employ a poor gentleman as your friend, I am yours to command in all secret service.
I thank you, good friend. I prithee, let me see that again I gave thee. Oh, there's one of them brass shillings, give me them, and here's a half-crown and gold. Now out upon thee, rascal! Secret service, what dost thou make of me? It were a good deed to have thee whipped. Now I have my money again, I'll see thee hanged before I give thee a penny. Secret service. On, good Alexander.
Oh, this is villainous luck. I perceive dishonesty will not thrive. Oh, here comes more. God forgive me. Oh, God forgive me. Sir Arthur and Master Oliver. For God, I'll speak to them. God save you, Sir Arthur. God save you, Master Oliver.
Been you there, Zira? Come, will you a taken yourself to your tools, Coistrel?
Well, nay, Master Oliver, I'll not fight with you. Alas, sir, you know it was not my doings. It was only a plot to get Sir Lancelot's daughter. But by God, I never meant to harm you.
And whore is the gentlewoman thy wife, Mezzle? Or is she, Zira?
By my troth, Master Oliver, sick, very sick. God's my judge. I know not what means to make for her. Good gentle woman.
Tell me true, is she sick? Tell me true, it's voice thee.
Yes, faith, I tell you true, Master Oliver. If you would do me the small kindness, but to lend me 40 shillings, so God help me, I'll pay you so soon as my ability shall make me able, as I am a gentleman.
Well, thou say'st thy wife is sick. Hold, here's 40 shillings. Give it to thy wife. Look thou, give it her, or I shall so vase thee. Thou wert not so vase this 7 year. Look to it.
Can we go back a bit?
Thank you.
Sorry.
That's okay.
You're fine. Just take it from Nick's Q line there.
Just, well, thou sayest thy wife is sick.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, thou sayest thy wife is sick. Oh, here's 40 shillings. Give it to thy wife. Look, thou give it her, or I shall so vase thee. Thou wert not so vase this 7 year. Look to it.
Faith, Master Oliver, it is in vain to give to him that never thinks of her.
Well, would she could avoid it.
I tell you true, Sir Arthur, as I am a gentleman.
Well, fare you well, Zira. Come, Sir Arthur.
By the Lord, this is excellent. 5 golden angels compassed in an hour. If this trade holds, I'll never seek anew. Welcome, sweet gold, and beggary adieu.
See, Kester, if you can find the house.
Who's here? My uncle and my man Kester. Oh, by the mass, 'tis they. How do you, uncle? How dost thou, Kester? By my troth, uncle, you must needs lend me some money. The poor gentlewoman, my wife, so God help me, is very sick. I was robbed of the 100 angels you gave me. They are gone.
Aye, they are gone indeed. Come, Kester, away.
Nay, uncle, do you hear? Good uncle.
Out, hypocrite, I will not hear thee speak. Come, leave him, Kester.
Kester, honest Kester.
Sir, I have naught to say to you. Open the door. Tanakin, thou hast but lock it fast, for there's a false knave without.
You are an old lying rascal, so you are.
What is the matter? What be you, Junker?
By this light, a Dutch Frau. If they are kind. By this light, I'll try her.
What be you, Junker? Why do you not speak?
By my troth, sweetheart, a poor gentleman that would desire of you, if it stands with your liking, the bounty of your purse.
Oh, here, God, so young in Armine.
Armine, sweetheart, I know not what you mean by that, but I am almost a beggar.
Are you not a married man? Where been your wife? Here is all I have. Take this.
What gold? Young Frau, this is brave.
If he have any grace, he'll now repent.
Why speak you not? Where been your wife?
Oh, dead. Dead. She's dead. She hath undone me, spent me all I had, and kept rascals under my nose to brave me.
Did you use her well?
Use her? There's never a gentlewoman in England could be better used than I did her. I could but coach her. Her diet's to be £40 a month. but she's dead, and in her grave my care are buried.
Indeed, that's not Scone.
He's turned more devil than he was before.
That does belong to Master Civet here, does thou not?
Yes, me do.
Why, there's it. There's not a handful of plate that belongs to me. God's my judge, if I had got such a wench as thou art, there's never a man in England would make more of her than I would do so she had any stock.
Oh, stay, one doth call. I shall come by and by again.
And this Dutch wench is in love with me. Were it not admirable to make her steal old Civet's plate and run away?
'Twere beastly, O Master Flowerdale. Have you no fear of God, nor conscience? What do you mean by this wild course you take?
What do I mean? Why, to live, that I mean.
To live in this sort? Fie upon the course. Your life doth show you are a very coward.
A coward? Pray in what?
Why, you will borrow 6 pence of a boy.
Snails. Is there such cowardice in that? I dare borrow it of a man, and of the tallest man in England, if he will lend it me. Let me borrow how I can, and let them come by it how they dare. And it is well known that I might rid out 100 times if it would. So I might.
For it was not a want of will, but cowardice. There is none that lends to you, but know they gain. And what is it that but only stealth in you? Delia might hang you now. Did not her heart take pity of you for her sister's sake? Go, get you hence, least lingering where you stay. You fall into the hands you look not for.
I'll tarry here till the Dutch frau comes, if all the devils in hell were here.
Where is the door? Are we not past it, Artichoke?
Mas, here's one. I'll ask him. Which is the way to Master Civet's house? But will you not speak? Oh, me! This is the filching Flowerdale.
Oh, wonderful. Is this lewd villain here? Oh, you cheating rogue, you cut-purse conny catcher. What ditch, you villain, is my daughter's grave? Speak, villain, where's my daughter? Poisoned, I warrant you, or knocked at the head. Go, away with him to prison.
Wherefore to prison? Sir, I will not go.
Oh, here's his uncle. Welcome, gentlemen, welcome all. Such a cousin,er, a gentleman, a murderess too, for anything I know. My daughter is missing. Hath been looked for, cannot be found. Build upon thee.
He is my kinsman, although his life be wild. Therefore, in God's name, do with him what you will.
Marry, to prison.
Wherefore to prison? Stick up, I owe you nothing.
Bring forth my daughter, then. Away with him.
Oh, seek your daughter. What do you lay charge to mine?
Suspicion of murder. Go, away with him.
Murder, you dogs? I murder your daughter? Come, uncle. I know you'll bail me.
Not I. Were there no more than I to jail without the prisoner?
Go, away with him.
Oh, my life here! Whether you have the man, what had the uncle done?
Woman, he hath killed his wife.
His wife? That is not good. That is not seen.
Hang not upon him, huswife. If you do, I'll lay you by him.
Have me no other way than you have him. He tell me that he loved me heartily.
Lead my maid away to prison? But Tom, will you suffer that?
No, by your leave, father, she is no vagrant. She is my wife's chambermaid, and as true as the skin between any man's brows here.
Go to. You're both fools. Son Civet, of my life, this is a plot. Some straggling counterfeit preferred to you, no doubt to rob you of your plate and jewels. I'll have you led away to prison, troll.
I am no troll. Neither outlandish Frau, nor he nor I shall to prison go. Know you me now? Nay, never stand amazed. Father, I know I have offended you, and though that duty wills me bend my knees to you in duty and obedience, yet this ways do I turn, and to him yield my love, my duty, and my humbleness.
Bastard in nature, kneel to such a slave.
Oh, Master Flowerdale, if too much grief have not stopped up the organs of your voice, then speak to her that is thy faithful wife. Or doth contempt of me thus tie thy tongue? What, turn'st thou still from me? Oh, then I guess thee woefulest among hapless men.
I am indeed, wife, wonder among wives. My chastity and virtue hath infused another soul in me. Red with defame, for in my blushing cheeks is seen my shame.
Out hypocrite, I charge thee, trust him not.
Not trust him. By the hopes of after bliss, I know no sorrow can be compared to his.
Well, since thou wert ordained to beggary, follow thy fortune. I defy thee, I.
Would she were so well educed as ever were, in the white cloth of a talking mill, and she had not made me weep.
If he hath any grace, he'll now repent.
It moves my heart.
By my troth, I must weep. I cannot choose.
None but a beast would such a maid misuse.
Content thyself. I hope to win his favor and to redeem my reputation lost. And, gentlemen, believe me, I beseech you. I hope your eyes shall behold such change as shall deceive your expectation.
We would she were a split now, but she believe him.
How? Believe him?
By the Mackins, I do.
What? Do you think there ere he will have grace?
Oh, by my faith, it will go hard.
She for ye, he is changed. And Master Flowerdale, in hope you have been so old, here's £40 more toward your setting up. What, be not ashamed. Vang it, man, vang it. Be a good husband, loving your wife, and you shall not want for 40 more. I, she, for thee.
My means are little, but if you'll follow me, I will instruct my ablest power. But to your wife, I give this diamond, and prove true diamond for all in your life.
Thanks, good Sir Arthur. Master Oliver, you being my enemy and grown so kind, it binds me in all endeavor to restore.
What? Restore me no restorings, man. I have £40 more for Lucy. Here, vang it. Oh, Zooth, child devoy London else. What, do not think me a mezzler as scoundrel to throw away my money. She of £100 more to piece any good sportation. I hope your father and your uncle here will follow my examples.
You have guessed right of me. If he leave of this course of life, he shall be mine heir.
But he shall never get a groat of me. A cozener, a deceiver, one that killed his painful father, honest gentleman that passed the fearful danger of the sea, to give him living and maintain him brave.
What, hath he killed his father?
Aye, sir, with conceit of his wild courses.
Sir, you are misinformed.
Why, thou old knave, thou toldst me so thyself.
I wronged him then, and toward my master's stock, there's 20 nobles for to make amends.
No, Kester, I have troubled thee. and wrong thee more. What thou in love gives, I in love restore.
Oh, sister, there you played Bo Peep with Tom. What shall I give her toward household? Sister Delia, shall I give her my fan?
You would best ask your husband.
Oh, shall I, Tom?
I do, Francis, and I'll buy thee a new one with a longer handle.
Russet one, Tom.
Aye, with russet feathers.
Oh, here's sister. There's my fan toward household to keep you warm.
I thank you, sister.
Why, this is well. And towards fair Lucy's stock, here's 40 shilling, and 40 good shillings more. I'll give her Mary. Come, Sir Lancelot, I must have you friends.
Not I. Oh, this is counterfeit. He will consume it, were it a million.
Sir, what is your daughter's dower worth?
Had she been married to an honest man, it'd have been better than £1,000.
Pay it him, and I'll give you my bond, to make her jointure better worth than 3.
Your bond, sir? Why, what are you?
One whose word in London, though I say it, will pass there for as much as yours.
Wouldst now thou late that unthrift-serving man?
Look on me better. Now my scarf is off. Never muse, man, at this metamorphosis.
Master Flowerdale!
My father? Oh, I shame to look on him. Pardon, dear father, the follies that are past.
Son, I do, and joy at this thy change, and applaud thy fortune in this virtuous maid, whom heaven hath sent to thee to save thy soul.
This addeth joy to joy, high heaven be praised.
I caused the rumor to be spread myself, because I'd see the humours of my son, which to relate the circumstance is needless, and sirrah, see you run no more into that same disease, for he that once cured of that malady, of riot, swearing, drunkenness, and pride, and falls again into the likeness of distress, the fear is deadly, doth till death endure. Such men die mad as all of Calentor.
Heaven helping me, I'll hate the courser's hell.
Say it and do it, cousin, all is well.
Well, being in hope you'll prove an honest man, I take you to my favor. Brother Flowerdale, welcome with all my heart. I see your care hath brought these acts to this conclusion, and I'm glad of it. Come, sin and feast.
Nay, soft you a while. You promised to make Sir Arthur and me amends. Here's your wisest daughter. See which one of hands you'll have.
A God's name, you will have my good will. Get hers.
How say you then, damsel? Titters eight?
I, sir, am yours.
Why then, send for a vicar, and choi'll have it dispatched in a choice, so choi'll.
Oh, pardon me, sir. I mean, I am yours in love, in duty, and affection, but not to love his wife. Shall ne'er be said Delia was married buried, but as a maid.
Do not condemn yourself forever, virtuous fair. You were born to love.
Why, you say true, Sir Arthur. She was iber so well as her mother. But I pray you show us some examples or reasons why you will not marry.
Oh, not that I do condemn a married life, for 'tis no doubt a sanctimonious thing, but for the care and crosses of a wife, the trouble in the world that children bring. My vow is in heaven and earth to live alone. Husbands, howsoever good, I will have none.
Why, then she will live a bachelor too. She set not a vig by a wife, if a wife set not a vig by me. Come, shall we go to dinner?
Tomorrow I crave your companies in Mark Lane. Tonight we'll frolic in Master Civet's house, and to each health drink down a full carouse.